In tonight's In-Depth, we are speaking with Imam Omar Attia. It is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, is Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan, a month of fasting to commemorate the first revelation of the Quran to Muhammad. I am joined now by Imam Omar Attia of the Islamic Center of Evansville. Thank you for joining us tonight. I have a couple of questions to ask you. First of all, what is Ramadan? Can you explain the holy month to everybody?
Sure. So Ramadan is one of the lunar months, of the 12 lunar months of the Islamic calendar. And it's the month that we believe, like you said, that the Quran was revealed upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, for the first time. And so during that month is sort of the celebration of the bringing of the message to the human family, or the final scripture to the human family.
How is that celebrated?
It's celebrated.
You fast.
Exactly. So it's celebrated by us sort of starving our body so that we can nourish our soul, or nourish our spirit is how we understand it. It's us withholding from food and drink and relations, marital relations during the daytime, so from dawn until dusk, until sunset. And so nowadays it ends up being between 4 a.m. and about 8 p.m.
So that's a long time to go without food, or no lunch breaks
Right.
at work.
And lunchtime is probably the hardest time for most people, because that's when they're used to eating, and they just need to make it through, and then it kind of works out after that.
When you think about the Islamic faith across America and the perception of the Islamic faith across America, how has that changed in the last 15 to 20 years? I know that around, of course, September 11th, 2001, things changed drastically. How have things changed since then?
Yeah, I think things have changed quite a bit on two fronts. One is, like you mentioned, there's a lot more in the media related to Islam and Muslims, and questioning, do all those things that we see happening around the world really represent Islam or come from the faith of Islam? And a lot of people, especially more recently with ISIS and everything that's going on from that side of criminality, as we like to make very clear to people it is sort of this impression that, well, there must be something about the faith that inspires this. Why would there be so much from, that comes in the name of the faith that's like this, especially to the folks who hear about Islam only from that angle here in the States. And I think over the last 15 to 20 years that's been the case. A lot more awareness about something called Islam, but unfortunately a lot of negativity of recent. At the same time, it's been an opportunity that a lot of Muslims have taken to actually understand their faith better and to explain it better, and it's really put us in an opportune window to give that back to our peers. This understanding of our faith that we otherwise weren't really worrying about that much, because we're all people who have different faiths, and we just are American, and we're just living in America. Everyone's here for whether their parents came here or whether they were born here. Everyone's worrying about their life, their day-to-day life, not really worrying about telling everyone about their faith.
There are billions of Muslims across the world, and only a very small percentage are the extreme that really give people of a Muslim faith that perception in America.
Exactly, and I think that's the part that a lot of Muslims in America they feel like we always have to speak for this minority of a minority that exists in the world. At the same time, we try not to look at the negative. We try to say, okay, look, people are scratching their heads. They want to know information. Let's take the opportunity and give the correct information. Maybe the issue is that we should have been giving information in the first place. But you're absolutely right. It shouldn't be that people judge a faith based on those who are criminal and claim the faith, because that happens all the time for all faiths. At the same time, nowadays, what's in the media is the face of Muslims or the name of Islam.
Well, in what was in the media about 50 years ago, we have to talk about the passing of Muhammad Ali, and he had such a profound impact, not just on American sporting fans, but also on the world of faith and peace.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much I could say, and our segment is probably not long enough, but just the fact that for a Muslim American, so for any American, I think Muhammad Ali very clearly represented just the epitome of what a great citizen would be. Just to be understanding, and especially the fact that he made a turnaround in his life. Early on in his life he had a certain understanding, and that understanding was rooted in reacting to the situation of the nation at the time, and the rights that were not there for many people of American citizenship. And at the same time, through the years he became this clear ambassador of peace, a genuine best example of what Islam is. every Muslim young man and woman is so proud to have Muhammad Ali, have the name Muhammad Ali, have been the representation that he was, have been, while being able to just claim sports heroism like anybody else and be, narcissistic like anyone else. He was the opposite of that. He used his fame, he used his glory, he used his name recognition to spread peace, to spread understanding, to make people think a little deeper. There's one interview that's on YouTube, I was just telling people about this last night, where he's being asked by a young boy, what will you do after you retire? And he went on for 7 minutes explaining to people that there's a creator that we're going to meet, and I want that creator to be happy with me, and all we have to do is be of service to others and help others. And this is what faith is about. This is what Islam is about. This is what the divine message of God is about. And that's what's missing from people's lives.
Yeah, we got about 15 seconds left. Really, very quickly, when you think of Muhammad Ali, what is his legacy in the Muslim community?
I think his legacy is the best representation that we should live up to as American Muslims. To be the ambassadors of peace and understanding, to represent our faith in reality, in our dealings, and to be proud of our faith, saying that that's what's guiding us to do what we do.
Thank you, sir. This was Imam Omar Attia of the Islamic Center of Evansville. Thank you so much for joining us.